Good morning. Don't know what day of the week it is. It's Sunday. It is the 10th of May. It is the final Glasgow derby of the season. Massive game. And just checking that we are live. Seems to be going on with this. All good. There we go. The screen is live. So, derby of this final derby of the season. We are just waiting on the team news. Martin O'Neill will have decided already. Hearts are sitting at the top of the table, 77 points. Celtic, second place. Rangers will think if they can get a result today. It's bag of nerves, rattling bag of nerves already in the comments. Celtic will get it done today. It's as big as this game is. Notice I've got the lights on for today. And as big as the game is, I think that Celtic will have enough to get this one over the line. Tell me your thoughts in the comments section. In the comments. Quite a few people online. It was busy this morning. The day has arrived. Yes, the day has arrived. D-Day. It's not really D-Day, is it? I mean, it's when we do look at the league table. I mean, once both sets of teams come out, I mean, do you even hail for Amsterdam? Come on, you boys in green. Are you there on holiday? What's that doing away up there? Jesus. Amsterdam. I can remember watching a Celtic game versus Kilmarnock when we won the league, and I was in Amsterdam that weekend, and a few of us were sitting watching on our phones, and there was a table, sitting at a table where it must have been about 16 years or something, 16, 20, and there's a few years watching on our phones for us to win the league. 3-2 to Celtic scoreline. I mean, will they get a few goals? Will Celtic play good enough? Watching from Torquay. With the family, my brother, iPad, 3 of them. As a Liverpool supporter, all the family, not bad atmosphere. Fantastic. Love seeing that. Absolutely love seeing that. Katie says that she's cancelled all my plans staying in. Please stay safe, everyone. Let's go, boys. I mean, the Rangers fans are already in the stadium. They were in the stadium half an hour ago. So I don't expect any nonsense outside the stadium today. They may try something inside the stadium, but I'm sure that Celtic stewards and policing will be far superior. Far superior to what it was at the game at Ibrox just recently. The team will be out in 10 minutes. Can we spare a thought for me today, heading to a kid's party soon and missing the full game? Schoolboy error, that one, isn't it? You would just say no. Sorry, can't go. But then again, one of my mates' missus had tried to book a family lunch for after the game today. Good luck with that one, because they're all on the video. Sent a video of us all arrived in black. All the Rangers fans, as expected, arrived in black. Just give me 2 seconds. We'll try and get this video on the screen. See if we can do this. Get it up. Oh, come on. And that's the Scottish Sun. I'm not entertaining that video on our channel. It's the Scottish Sun, but Rangers fans have all turned up dressed in black. They think they're the Men in Black. Let's hope that they're chasing ghosts all this afternoon. We know why they're dressed in black. It's so that they can hide the ultras in beside them. They can hide the face mask crew. And I noticed that they didn't turn up with any masks on. Let's just see if we can get it online. Twitter. Latest ones. Nope. Let's see if we go for media. That's kind of paused. We don't really need to see them, do we? Today. I'm not looking for them. I'm not showing it on the channel because it's yeah, they're all dressed in black to allow their ultras to get into the game today. Even though the ultras said we're not coming to the game, but who cares about them? It's all about what Celtic do. Mask will be in pockets. Watch this space. Yeah, of course they will. Nice of them to turn out to mourn their pending loss. That's the real reason they're in black. I'm gonna wait to put a green top on after this video to watch them. So yeah. They'll do dun, 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 dun. Kid keepers in the house. Just a few minutes to go until the team is announced. 7 minutes until Celtic release the team. I don't know if Rangers do it at the same time. Give me your scoreline predictions. Danny Rowe's funeral as Rangers manager. 3-0 to Celtic. 3-0 to Celtic. It'll just be interesting to see who starts in the midfield. Who starts up front? I mean, does he start with Iniacho up front, or does he go with Dyson Maida up front? I think a lot of us are kind of thinking Martin O'Neill will go with what he's done previously and start Dyson Maida to try and get that early goal. You know, put pressure on them. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. Take me out at dawn and I will die. 2-1 says Stephen Johnson. Lauren's going for 3-1. Been saying it all week. 2-0 Celtic. A win, that's all I want. Says Tony. 3-1 to Celtic. Got around about 6 minutes until the team comes out. Celtic have put out an massive announcement. If you are going to the game today, is the Glasgow Derby Day at Celtic Park. You could win £25,000 in the Paradise Windfall if you are at Celtic Park today. I've got to say, if you're going to the game today and you buy a Paradise Windfall ticket and you win the 25 grand, fair play to you. Fair play to you, because that's a big chunk of cash to end the day on, isn't it? A nice little check. It's amazing that Celtic still give you a check. It's like, just take my bank details and transfer it in, mate. I'll be in my bank in 2 minutes. No, Celtic give you a check, and then you've got to try and keep a hold of it. Match day at Paradise, race to the finish. Watch the build up on this channel. Never mind Celtic. They don't start for about an hour or so anyway. Celtic. 1967, Celtic become the first British team to win the European Cup. Still going with their advert to the team news from Paradise is incoming. Beautiful day at Celtic Park. Celtic's looking absolutely. I need to get home. I'm usually home at this time of year, and we'll put it onto here. Looking glorious. Looking glorious, the stadium. Absolutely fantastic. And if you've been onto Twitter, you will see that the Rangers have put out a picture from their drone, and that created complete meltdown. Creating legends the Celtic way. Will there be more legends created today under Martin O'Neill as he starts his first Glasgow derby at Celtic in almost 25 years? Martin O'Neill had a fantastic record. The first time that Martin O'Neill took a Celtic side, he won 6-2. Can Celtic find the form, find the goals? Do we have the players to win 6-2 today? If Martin O'Neill was to recreate history with that scoreline, he would be forever a Celtic great. And when you talk about Celtic managers, you talk about Celtic greats, and we spoke about many times over the last 10 years how successful Celtic have been. When Martin O'Neill came to Celtic, we hadn't won a treble since Jock Stein. Take a minute to think about that. We hadn't won a treble since Jock Stein. It was very difficult to win a treble. Martin O'Neill won a treble at Celtic. We never won another treble after that until Brendan Rodgers walked into the club. Brendan Rodgers, a lot of people would say, came to Celtic at a lucky time. Don't know, would he have been as successful if Rangers didn't go into liquidation and die years before? But there's one thing that's for sure. We have enjoyed the decade of domination. There's an entire generation of Celtic fans that have only ever known Celtic domination when it comes to football. May that continue today, and may it be the fact that Celtic win convincingly. Because last night there was a Hearts Motherwell game, and you've got to say it wasn't a convincing performance to say that Hearts, although they've been top of the table for the majority of the season, they're not exactly pushing and exerting themselves to say that we are the champions in waiting. Celtic have been here and done it before. 2 minutes to go. 2 minutes to go until the team news is out. Will it be a similar team news to this one? Why is that not shown? Oh, thank goodness. Where is Rio Hatate? He could be on the bench today. I've just stubbed my toe on the coffee table and VAR is checking it for a possible TAF penalty. Yeah. As the super chat came in, Honest Abdul as £2 super chat. 7-1 to the boys. 7-1 to the boys on a beautiful Sunday. Let's hope it is. I mean, 7-1. Can Celtic realistically win 7-1 on a game like this? The pitch is looking absolutely beautiful at Celtic Park. Just over a minute to go until let's take a moment of relaxation, calmness before Martin O'Neill will already have told the players who is starting today. The players will be getting into their own headspace. They will be getting into the zone that they go into before they go out onto the pitch to warm up. Players may be superstitious. Fans may be superstitious. If you are superstitious, now's to get your rosary beads out and start praying that Martin O'Neill has made the right decision when it comes to the Celtic team, which consists of Sinisalo, Johnston, Trusty, Scales, Tierney, McGregor, Arnie Engels, Benji Negrin, Luke McCowan, Yang and Dyson Maeda up front. What has Martin O'Neill done? Oh my, holy sugar puffs. Luke McCowan starting the game. What? That is unbelievable. Just give me 2 seconds till I get this up onto the screen. I can't. What has he done? He has Luke McCowan starting the game. The team bus has just arrived. Team bus is just arriving at Celtic Park. Sinisalo, Johnston, Trusty, Scales, Tierney at the back. That's the back four that I expected to start at the back. The midfield, as I expected, McGregor, Engels and Benji Negrin. The front three, though, Luke McCowan, Yang, and Dyson Maeda. What on earth has the manager done? First comment in, wow, he wants us to lose. Ross Dohan, Iniacho, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Tenecte, Sarachi, Hatate, Dane Murray, Forrest, Ralston on the bench. No place for Callum Osmond on the bench for Celtic. I didn't think that if you put Oxlade-Chamberlain on the bench, I didn't think that you would get Callum Osmond on the bench also. And the fact that Callum Osmond really hasn't had any game time, Oxlade-Chamberlain has. It's a massive shout, massive, for the manager to put Luke McCowan out there on the wing. A massive one. Iniacho and Tenecte are much more effective coming off the bench. Benjes up front in the middle. Yes, he will be. Tell me how you feel about McCowan on the wing. I did say in this morning's video, I hope that there's someone that has went through training this week that has been that up for it, that's been going into every training session smiling and saying, I'm bagging a place on this team, I'm getting a place on this team, I'm starting this game, and just rattled every single training session. And it looks like Luke McCowan has been that player that has convinced the Martin O'Neill to start him today ahead of James Forrest, ahead of Sebastian Tenecte. Some people say that Sarachi should have maybe even started up front on the wing, but Martin O'Neill has done it, and I think McCowan will do well on the wing. Why no Forrest? Sake, people absolutely, folks slating Seb, Luke, reliable, all good. Obviously, there's a plan there. Martin doesn't do things for nothing. This is it. McCowan, first goal. Maybe it's a 4-4-2. I'm confused. Nope, that is not a 4-4-2. That will be a 4-1. It's usually a 4-2-3-1. But maybe Martin O'Neill has went to solidify the midfield. Maybe he'll go with more of a 5 in the midfield to make sure that they can control. And maybe that's why Luke McCowan's starting. You know? He does have a bit more fight about him. He did almost score the goal on the 90th minute in the last game. He did score a goal in extra time also against Rangers. Maybe those exploits in that game was enough to convince Martin O'Neill that, maybe Luke McCowan is worth starting. O'Neill is sabotaging us now, starting McCowan over Hatate. I've said for a while, everyone that's been watching the games over the course of the season, Hatate wasn't giving you. Come half time, people were saying get Hatate off. Hatate has obviously not done enough in training this week and I kind of hope that he would have. I kind of hope that, maybe Hatate's coming to the end of his career at Celtic and he's just going to go into training and go, I'm going to bust a gut here. But it looks like that he's not. He's on the bench. Will Oxlade-Chamberlain come on? It maybe suggests that because Luke McCowan is starting this game, that Hatate and Oxlade-Chamberlain will come on at some point in the second half. Obviously, you would take off. Let's just see how they set up. And it is a fantastic game. Have Rangers put out their team as yet? Let's just see. Yes, the Rangers team. We'll click onto the screen to show you the Rangers team. Butland in goals. Tavernier is playing. Demanded. Let's. I'll give you the team, and you could see there is the Rangers team. Mavovsky on the bench. Gasman on the bench. Does that team give you the frighteners? Or can Celtic make them serial losers once again? Who cares about them? It is all about what Celtic do. Celtic need to get off to a fast start here at Celtic Park today. It'll be fantastic to see the tifo that that the Green Brigade put out this afternoon. McCowan first goal, all over it. Unless McCowan is playing as a compact wide playmaker, it's 4-2-3-1 formation. McCowan got a long shot, but still a bit uneasy with this one. Seems like a choice between McCowan and Tenecti on the wing. Look, at least worst option. That's an interesting one. McCowan came on and was brilliant in the 2-2. Look for a goal today. I think Luke McCowan's... You can understand why Martin O'Neill started him. And I hope it has just been the case that, he's been a standout player during the training sessions this week. That, he's given the boss no option but to start him. He's been coming into training every day, completely buoyed up for it, raring to go, putting in 110%, and got Fozzie and Maloney going, yeah, he's right up for it. You look at the eyes of the players during training, and you watch them, and you think to yourself, who's really up for a fight here? And maybe Luke McCowan has come out. 4-4-2 Diamond. I don't think it'll be a 4-4-2. A lot of people saying they would have started Hatate instead of Benji Negrin, even though Benji Negrin is our top goal scorer this season. Wow, that's a madness. Some of the comments are funny. It is a case of we put our trusts in Martin O'Neill, I think. Martin O'Neill has the experience to get it over the line. He has been pretty convincing in some of the decisions he's made. Although there are other times where you think, is Martin O'Neill listening to Sean Maloney too much? We'll wait and see. We will wait and see. Should have left Yang on the right wing. Tenecti has been poor, but Martin O'Neill should have just stuck with Srirachi. A lot of people questioning. Rangers are going for a 4-5-1 by the looks of it, flooding the midfield. Let them flood the midfield. They will try and stop the game and slow the game down. We know the way that Rangers will play. They will try and win that midfield battle. It's up to Celtic. The early movements to watch is obviously Liam Scales and Austin Trusty. If they start the game with their high tempo passing, I think it'll be a fantastic game and Celtic will look right in the mood for it. If it becomes obvious that Rangers are just sitting in that midfield area and they're just trying to stop Celtic playing in midfield, Celtic will have to go long and Celtic will start with the long balls over the top. That's where you punish Rangers. That's where Celtic will punish Rangers this afternoon. Could be a diamond. I think that would be more than just a diamond, but we will wait and see. Stop Celtic playing. Let me just do this. There's always one. Look at the last time McCowan scored an early goal. McCowan knows what it's all about. That's why he's playing. McCowan will sit there on Raskin. True. McGregor, Engels, McCowan, Yang, Niedren, and Maeda, surely. We'll wait and see. I'm going to jump through the comments. Apologise if I've not read all your comments out. Rangers will play to try and counter-attack. That's what they're going to do, but I think that Celtic will go for fast attacking football, and that's what will win us the game. Agree, I think Srirachi is our best left back. It's funny how people think that Srirachi is better than Kieran Tierney when there's about £23 million of transfer fee difference in valuation in both players. Tenecti is only valued at 1.5 million, and Kieran Tierney's stats this season, and the Calves has just done it. Kieran Tierney's stats this season means he has to start ahead of Srirachi. Shame, I love Srirachi. Still wish we could play both of them on the left for a game or two. You have to, when you look at the assists that Kieran Tierney's had this season, when you look at the goal that Kieran Tierney has had this season, that's what puts him ahead of Srirachi. I think if Srirachi had contributed with more assists when he came on, and when he's given the opportunity, I think that the manager would really have something to think about. And then you've got to say that, look, Kieran Tierney is one of us. You want to fill the team with players that know what this game really means. Sriracha coming in as a player that, although he's on loan, I mean, does he really get it at a point at this point of the season? Does he really understand, the mentality that's required? And that's what Martin O'Neill, Fozzie, and Sean Maloney will look at. They will be speaking to the players, and they will see it they'll see it in the eyes of the players. You'll see it in the Tierneys in training, completely buzzing for this game. And you'll see the lone players training beside them going, it's just a derby. It's not just a derby. This is more than just a derby. This is way more than a derby, mate. And when the coaches pick that up in training, I think that's what will push the other players forward. Anyway, 3-1 Celtic, says David. And he says Maeda and Benji Negrin to score. McCowan scored a cracker of a goal away in Europe. Was Martin O'Neill the manager in our last derby game, or Nancy? It was Martin O'Neill that got us to the final, playing Rangers, remember. And yeah. It's a poor midfield. There's not many alternatives. Looking at the team, it's amazing that Martin O'Neill has got us to this position today. Exactly. When you look at the options in the midfield for Martin O'Neill, you've got Oxlade-Chamberlain, who isn't fully fit for a 90-minute battle in the midfield. You could say that McCowan could have played in the midfield. You could say that Hatate could have played in midfield. But far too many times this season has Hatate went through the first half of the game and he's not got out of first gear. Games like this, especially when Rangers flood the midfield, you cannot have Hatate losing the ball and not getting up and getting straight back into it. The 5 seconds when you see Hatate losing the ball and he just stops and walks, you want somebody, when they lose the ball, that they get up and get straight back into it, because you need every single person fighting. That's the real reason that Rio Hatate's not getting a game today. When you look at the stats over the season, Sriracha's our best left back, possible left winger, and one player. A lot of opposing comments in the comments this afternoon. I don't. I think KT is the best. Oh, love it. Nobody can agree with anything. That's such a Celtic thing. Unleash the Kraken. Unleash the Kraken. Jesus. The atmosphere is going to be immense. Hopefully it's one of the best atmospheres that we've had. Can we do a score prediction poll? Just give me the scores in the comments, would be a lot easier. I mean, it's a hard one. We'll do a quick poll. We've got plenty of time yet. Obviously, I'm going to go Celtic. I can only do 4. Draw. Is it going to be that close? And then the final score line. Right, there's some predicted scorelines. Obviously, I think that Celtic will get the big advantage. Let's go some of the scorelines that you've put up. 3-1 to Celtic. Paul Bear's going 3-0 to Celtic. A victory for the Hoops. 4-1 to Celtic. As long as we win, I'm happy. 3-1 Celtic. 3-0 Celtic. Love a 5-0. 4-2 Celtic. If we start right up for it, 5-1. 1-0. 2-1. 4-2. Yeah, you're not getting me saying that one. 1-0 Celtic, 2-1 Celtic, 3-1 Celtic. Guys, remember, we aren't just playing for the win against Rangers today. A win confirms Champions League qualifying spot, so need to win. 2-1 Celtic, them to score first. Can Celtic come from behind and win a game of this magnitude? 3-0 Celtic. Got to be strong in defence. 1-0. I'd have loved to play it against a Diddy like 2-1, 3-1 the boys. Can't wait till Jota is back. Yes. That will, when Jota is back, it will show us how bad the wingers have been this season. Tony's going for 4-2 Celtic. What a game, tight game, 1-0. They score first, then we turn up. I don't really want that, but it could happen. The sun is shining in Glasgow today. 3-0 Celtic. Yeah, I think you're right. I'll take 1-0 with the deflection of James's left ball. Remember the time it came off James Forrest's butt and went into the goal? What game was that in? That was a good few years, but the ball actually, it was a deflection of Jamesy Forrest's butt, his arse, and went into the goal. I can't remember what it was on. Stephen Johnson's going for 2-1 Celtic. 4-2 is another prediction. 7-1. The day we become champions? No, it's not. And we're still way behind in the league. All today would mean is that we would close the gap on the league leaders in the SPFL table. When it comes to, I mean, Celtic had a fantastic opportunity to close the gap when it comes to goals. Celtic are sitting on 73 points, a goal difference of 27. Hearts are sitting on a goal difference of 32 and a goal difference of 32 and points of 77. I mean, a win today puts us a point behind Hearts with 2 games to go. Hearts will be thinking Celtic bottle it today and drop points, and Hearts can pretty much win the league on Wednesday. Spud's going for 3-1. I'll take a 1-0 win with the ball going off Taskars last minute. 3-1 Celtic seems a realistic scoreline as long as we win. Anything as long as we score one more than them. This is very true. And I'm doing a watch along for this one. So I will be watching it from home. 2-1 Celtic, 2-1 Celtic, 4-2. It's coming. 7-1. Osland in the sun, 7-1 Celtic. Hearts have not given away a penalty in the league this season. Who cares about Hearts, Stephen? It's Celtic Rangers game today. 1-1, grab a draw. Hate those fuzz. Whoa, a draw? A draw? Is it any use to Celtic? Is it really any use to Celtic? It would leave us 3 points behind with 2 games to go. We would have to beat Hearts on the final day of the season by a good few goals. If Celtic drop points today, the likelihood, the percentage barometer will swing Hearts' way if we drop points today. Because I cannot see us beating Hearts 3 or 4-0 on the final day of the season. I just can't see it at all. Hearts are playing far too defensive football for that to happen. For Celtic to win the league, they need to win the 3 remaining games. It's as simple as that. Anything else, and Hearts could win the goal. They could win it on goal difference, and that would be devastating. Normally a grey day when that mob get their way. Well, I don't think that they'll get their way. Ox for the winner. That would be cracking up. Woke up, opened the curtains, seen Hampden in the sun. We've got this 4-2, having goals, but I do believe they will play dirty and try and hurt some of our boys. It's not just on the pitch that will happen. It was Dundee United when it came off his earth. There you go. Dundee United. Holy Sunday, 5-1. Give the zombies nothing but tears, says Paul. 3-0 or 3-1, says me just down YouTube. Andy Walker's chest at Ibrox. Or the Hampden Riot one. Ooh, I see a scrappy 1-0. Scrappy 1-0 would do it. It would do it. Scales with the 98th minute winner. Ooh. Big day, have much beer. What a channel name and a half. Point behind, we'll put the shitters up the farts. Will they? I mean, I think that they kind of crumbled a bit last night. And do they have the mentality? You know, they didn't put in a performance that says to me that, you know, we are. People say that they were dominant in the second half of the game. It was a cracking game of football last night in the first half. Both teams completely up for it. But Hearts are solid defensively. You notice the Hearts goals that they always concede are on the break. That's where Celtic can hurt them. But can Celtic score 3 or 4 when it comes to the last game of the season? I don't think so. Hence the reason that we need to win today. Celtic ain't bottling this one. Big performance, magnificent crowd, loads of goals. Calmac Stew, a goal. Boyd will be still crying about VAR from last night. 11-0 Celtic, that's ridiculous. But could you imagine it? It needs a win today quite a lot. A draw is useless, nothing but a win today. And yeah, I'm going to jump through to the end of them. It's 9 from 9. We win. Nothing, I reckon, but who knows? Well, Celtic have won quite a few games in a row now. And I did say that it would come down to the last 5 games. And I will reiterate the fact that Celtic are the only team to have won the final 5 games in the split. They're the only team. The fact that the other teams have already dropped their eye off the ball when it comes to the big prize. Rangers have they've fallen to bits. And I think that Rangers will put in a good performance the first half today. If Celtic go in leading at half time with a sneaky goal towards the end of half time or an early goal, you'll get a resurgence from Rangers in the first half. And then I could see Rangers just falling flat on their face in the second half and Celtic destroying them, completely destroying them. Sinisalo with a bicycle kick. I say we go down 2-0 and then win 3-2. If that happens, there's no chance of that. Lots are already pissed, says Kid Keeper. Yes, going by the score lines, a lot of people are already on the swally, as they say. I just need to finish off my water. Benji Negrin is a huge problem. Is he a huge problem or is he a goal scorer in waiting? He will know that there are clubs looking at him. He will know that he's been linked with the likes of Valencia. And when players are looking for a move in the summer, there's nothing better than ramping it up in the likes of a derby and putting in fantastic performances, which grab the headlines around Europe. These are the games where if you are Dyson Maida, if you are Arnie Engels, if you are Benji Negrin, and there is the possibility that you will be moved on this summer, these are the games, the high profile games that people will look at to see how your performance is, to see how you really cope under pressure. And then that's what kind of confirms, yeah, he's a decent player and I think we're going to put a bid in for him this summer. If they 3 players step up to the mark today and play at the top of their game, there should only be one winner, and that will be Celtic. And if they leave in the summer, so be it. But as long as they get us over the line with the league. Can't forget Motherwell. I think that might be the hardest game in the split. It's an away game as well. This is the second last game at Celtic Park this season. It's quite unusual for Celtic to have 3 home games after the split. It's not often that does happen, but it has happened this year. And it's been fantastic for us. A quick goal would be nice, says Mark. Hearts down 2 really influenced players midweek, the game against Falkirk, and then us. It doesn't really matter that they're down players. They still have a fantastic squad, Hearts, but who cares about them? Let's just get this over and done with today. Ollie says that's an interesting fact about the Celtic winning. 4-2-3-1 confirmed. 4-2-3-1 confirmed. That's wrong because it's got Johnston in goals. Let me just update this whilst we get it all right. No, it's not updated yet, so I have to put this back up. And how's it not doing that? Do that. There we go. That's it back up. That is the team. Celtic has the informed team the last 5 games. I know it doesn't always feel like it, but momentum is with us. Keep it up, boys. I think so. I think that the momentum is with Celtic going into this game. You know, when you look at the table and you look at the fact that other teams will also look at the fact that they haven't picked up full points. And does it play on the mind of other teams? Hearts played first yesterday. Celtic played first the first 2 games of the split. Celtic got the results in. That's what matters when you play first. You know, it's you play first, you get the results on the board, and then you put pressure on the other teams. When Celtic were asked the question, they did it. Hearts were asked the question last night. They played first this weekend. The pressure was all on Hearts to get the job done, get the points on the board, and they failed. Now, Hearts have got 2 wins and a draw. Celtic have 2 wins. Rangers have 2 losses. They've completely fallen away. They should have been way ahead of Celtic if they had kept on winning. If Celtic get the win today, this barometer swings way Celtic's way. And I would say that Celtic going into the last 2 games of the season will feel as if they've got a chance. They've given themselves a real good chance. And when you think about it, when you think about all the madness that's happened right throughout the season, you think back to Brendan Rodgers crying out to get in reinforcements last summer. Callum McGregor calling out the board, asking for Celtic to get in more bodies. The Celtic board unable to get deals done. Brendan Rodgers then starting the season with the very first press conference of the season, making it all about him, making it all about his contract situation. Never has there been a time when Ronnie Dyler went into his final season at Celtic, nobody was speaking about his contract situation. Nobody spoke about it. Do you know, Brendan Rodgers was very clever, and then Brendan Rodgers started complaining about the final third. You know, the passing notice and this and that. And then he come out and called the players Honda Civics. That on its own, for a manager, an elite manager like Brendan Rodgers, to say that these players are not good enough and pretty much wouldn't win the league. Martin O'Neill coming in at the beginning of November and instantly, giving us a boost. Martin O'Neill, Fozzie, Sean Maloney, who was already at the club. Luckily, Fozzie was sitting at home. Got the phone call late that evening, 10:30 at night, remember, and answered the call to Celtic. Answered the call from Sean Maloney. Maloney says, mate, can you get up to Lennoxtown for 7:30 tomorrow morning? No bother me. Didn't even think about it. Didn't even have to think about it for 2 seconds. Just instantly says, yep, aye, I'll be there. I'll be there. That's what gives you the little bit of hope that we've got the balls to do this. Honestly, that's what you need at Celtic. Then Martin O'Neill and Sean Maloney left after getting us to a cup final. In comes Wilfred Nancy and tries to change everything that Martin O'Neill did. Spoke to Martin O'Neill for less than 15 minutes and it was a disaster. Celtic were beaten 6 times in 33 days. Wilfred Nancy was sacked. Martin O'Neill, obviously, the only person that would be asked to come back and hold the fort until the end of the season. Martin O'Neill was instantly thrown into a transfer window where we had identified players under the person that had just left the club. Wilfred Nancy brought us in a fantastic player and a little Mexican player. Paul Tisdale would have been part of that. Paul Tisdale was sacked. Martin O'Neill, Sean Maloney and Fozzie had to have a rethink about the players that were coming into the club. The players that came into the club ultimately weren't good enough. Martin O'Neill hasn't played them. They haven't been anywhere near the squad. Martin O'Neill has stuck with the trusted players that he knows, that he sees the fire in their belly and the desire in their eyes. And that's why Luke McCowan starts today. Luke McCowan may not be the best player, but I tell you one thing, he knows what it means to play for Celtic. Massive, massive game today. Will Celtic get it over the line? 4-2-3-1 formation is confirmed. Kalmark is in the informed team. Top of the table from the last 10 games. Momentum is with us. Come on, you boys in green. Make Celtic Park hostile inside today. McCowan on the wing. Yeah, some people are just catching up late. It's crazy to think McCowan's on the wing. Walking towards Celtic Park, I can feel the atmosphere. It is electric. Come on. Yes! Get in there. That's why Maeda is getting back. Yep. We just got Sevco collapse. Butland the blunder. I'm going to jump straight to the end of the comments. Apologies if I haven't read them out. This season has been messed up. I even have a worry about playing Dunfermline, says Green Smoke. I don't think we have a worry about playing Dunfermline. I mean, I think the big game for Dunfermline really is the playoff game, isn't it? They'll be thinking if they can if they get into the SPFL, would that be bigger to the club, or would winning in against Celtic? Celtic aren't losing the cup final. Not a chance. No way is Celtic losing the cup final. If Celtic were to lose the cup final, Martin O'Neill, oh, Jesus. Let's not even think about that. Let's not even think about it. We've got an important game today. Martin O'Neill interview is out. Let's grab the Martin O'Neill interview. Let me just see if we can get it on this and let you listen in here. Listen to Martin O'Neill.
Take care of themselves, but is there an extra edge to this one given the circumstances in the league as it is?
Yeah, I'd probably agree with you. You know, Celtic Rangers game, no matter when you play it, is a big match. But it's obviously the importance, particularly from our viewpoint, is it's extreme really.
Now, we're used to seeing you start with two perhaps more traditional wingers. Luke McCowan starts today. What's the thinking behind that change?
Well, Luke has been doing very well. Alistair Johnson's coming in, and Alistair's going to give him a lot of support, of course, then. And it's just a little change of formation for us as far as we're concerned, in terms of Luke being wide east right, but cutting in on the left.
I think this match will start off at 100 miles an hour. I don't think that would be a surprise. But how do you find the balance between that energy and perhaps the composure that can make the difference in these games?
I think you've summed it. I think composure is really important, of course. I think discipline is really important as well too in these games. You can't get carried away. You can't get carried away with the emotion of the situation, and that's important for us. You know, so those things you have to play with your heart, of course. That's most important, and play with your head.
I mean, Fergus McCann built this arena. I'm sure it was with games and days like this in mind. How big a part can the fans within it play today?
Oh, listen, throughout the years, it's huge mentions since the stadium, since Fergus McCann put this thing together, and it's been a fantastic stadium. You only have to listen to fantastic managers throughout the world talking about this here today. Celtic Rangers game, don't come much bigger.
Best of luck, man.
Thank you.
Martin O'Neill, a little bit confident. Knows that the fans have got a big part to play in this game today. It's going to be some game, that's for sure. Was he confident with that interview, or was he a little bit nervous? I think that everyone's a little bit nervous, knowing the enormity of this game. But like Ramos the 67 says, in Martin O'Neill we trust. and Martin O'Neill we trust. Celtic, there's one thing that's for sure when you look at the chances that Celtic have taken and the goal scoring opportunities, the shots at goal. The one thing that we need to do today is get more shots on target. And maybe that's why Luke McCowan has been brought in for that position, because he's a player that's been hitting the target. You know, he's been a player that can put team under pressure. Starting to get nervous, a little bit nervous now. I will be coming off this in about 10 minutes to get ready for the watch along. Can't wait to see the tifo. If there is one, yes, there is a big tifo at the game today. The Celtic Ultras, the Green Brigade, did put out a statement this morning. Well, it's not really a statement, but it was oh, what's this? Oh, ho, ho. That was for the other day. Rangers putting out a statement that any incursion on the pitch or use of pyrotechnics is discriminatory behaviour, including not limited to illicit singing and chanting or displaying offensive banners that could lead to serious consequences for the club and result in the arrest of those responsible. They're shite already. Absolutely kicking it. Anyway, let's get to the Green Brigade and I'll show you what the Green Brigade put out this morning, giving fans that sit in 111 and 110. Tifo info versus Huns. Recent home matches, Celtic support has driven the team on to victory. For this derby of historic importance, we need more from everyone. It is up to everyone to keep playing their part to give the team an extra ounce of energy to capitalise on our advantage. Before the match, there will be a tifo in the North Curve. The tifo will have multiple parts, making the final effect. We kindly ask all for your usual participation and patience while the tifo is unfurled and displayed. Get up, stand up, don't give up. The fight was the shouting chant from the Green Brigade, and it'll be absolutely fantastic to see the tifo this afternoon. Let me just check if this is updated. Yep, there is the Rangers team, and stats is all set up, which is all nice. Let's just get that back up there. Oh, let's grab some of the headlines. Nico Raskin is missing for the game. Robbie Keane drops hint after trophy triumph. A lot of people are now speculating that Robbie Keane will be the next manager. Let's just park the bus with that one until we get it done and dusted. You know, there's a more important game today than be talking about managers. Anyway, right, get some final thoughts on the game. Is Tav playing? Yes, Tavernier is playing. I did put up the Rangers team earlier. And need a big performance from Kalmak today. I think there's a bigger performance needing than just Kalmak. Paul said no effing striker starting. Well, Dyson Maeda's your striker, but we'll wait and see. Anyway, right, that is me. The nerves are kicking in. I need a drink. Going to have a little nibble of food before I get ready for the watch along. Thank you to everyone who has been on the video this morning. And if you are watching the game at home, a lot of people are devastated. The whole fact that Keane, hope not. VAR are already checking for a penalty. That's before they even coming out. My prediction is 3-1 Celtic or 2-1. I think it could be a close game. I'm not too sure. Just got 151 for KT at 3-0. Well, that's a scoreline. And I hope you put good money on it at 145 to 1 for 3-0 and Kieran Tierney. Anyway, have a fantastic day. Have a fantastic day. If you are heading to Celtic Park, you better get your arses all in there, because they are already in there. They will be making as much noise as possible. Celtic need to win today to keep in contention, not just for winning this title, but getting up there and having less games to play for the Champions League. Whoever wins the game today will be secured in the knowledge that they will go into the Champions League qualification round in the summer this year. Before that, Celtic need to pick a manager. Celtic need a full transformation of the team. Let's just hope that the players today understand the importance of the game. On that note, 60-1 for a Dyson Maeda hat-trick. The poll, yes, let's finish off the poll. The poll was score today 3-1 to Celtic, 68%, 1-1, 7%, 2-2, 4%, and 4-0, 21%. A lot of Celtic fans going for the 68% and 3-1 Celtic. That would do me. That would be absolutely fantastic. That is the poll finished. Thank you, Ramos, for reminding me of the poll. Come on, you boys in green. Let's go!